Yay. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Canoon, Connoisseur Moon. You already know what you're going to get when you step in the room. You're now dealing with Canoon. Yay, I'm here. And while I'm here, I'm going to make the information direct and clear because a lot of y'all can't hear. Now let's get to it. Something so laughable, something so innocent can always become and turn to something so to another person's detriment. It could become detrimental in a sense. Now, I think it was just like a few years ago. I don't know if it was Chicago, New York. It might have started going over all kind of different places. I'm glad it's over. But at one particular time, you had these brothers. They was all Africans. I call them Africans, but I know you know them as black men, black people, Americans, black Americans, Negroes, whatever you want to call them. That's all good. African Americans. When I say Africans, I'm talking about the black people, the black race. You know what I mean? So that's just the way I use it. That's my terminology for our people, because we're African people. You can say African American. You was the first Americans, and that's, hey, to each his own. So when you hear me say African, I'm talking about the African American, the Negro, the black man, whatever you want yourself to be. The indigenous American, I really don't know. That's your classification. They had these gentlemen that was running around there. Take a gun now, put live ammunition in it. Maybe a round, depending on how the bet was. I think some of the brothers even put 2. And then you had it, they took a little further where you just shoot yourself in the foot for $1 amount. But now what I'm saying, in this infant stage, they would take 1 bullet, put it in the gun, put $300-400 up, depending on how, how much money the other person had, how established he was. Might be a drug dealer of some sort, or the big nigga in the street gang, the big OG. He'd take a little homie and say, hey, nigga, here go $200-300. This is how it began initially in the infant stages. Then it went up to 1,000, so have you, or whatever they can put on it. Like I say, it depends on how much the person was having it. Here go $100. It's 1 bullet in this 357. Let me shoot it at your foot. And that went on and on and on. And they would, some people would take the money because it didn't fire. It's like Russian roulette, but they would shoot it at the foot, so it didn't fire. And that typically caught on. Hey, here go 1,500. Here go a 357. Let me shoot it at your foot. Then you have some people take the gun they sell. Here go a 45, 44 Magnum, 1 bullet in it. I shoot it at my foot. Y'all niggas give me 1,500. I put it up. Who want to put up $1,000 a piece? Say I won't do this. Then you start seeing people just, in droves going to hospital with shells and bullets in their motherfucking feet, limping in there with a bag of money or whatever the case in their pocket, or crying and shit with the money in their pocket. Don't bring it there because in the incident report, they're going to, probably claim or file that they got hit incidentally, or somebody, rolled by, shot them in the foot and left. You know what it is. You can't go in there and tell them all that. But that reminds me of the belittling, the dehumanization, and the God complex of our people. It's all laughable. When a person shoot it and they miss, they laugh. And when a nigga hit you, he laugh even more, but you go to the hospital, he give you 1,000. We both part ways. Now this silly ass milk crate challenge. It's shit sickening. Like I say, it can all start out as just a joke. We so smiling about it. You seen her up there falling, you seen this brother up there fall. See, it seems innocent. But now they should put the crates up to $10,000, $1,000 a crate for your silly ass. Because instead of taking that money and putting your man on, in a sense, you got rappers doing it now, you got the entertainment world doing it now, trying to offer people 1,000, 10,000, whatever, for you to get your silly ass up there. You ain't got nothing to do. They don't see no means of worth in you. Now they're not twisting your arm, but this is what I'm saying about if you're driven by nothing but money, which I'm glad I'm not. You'll do anything. You figure like, shit, I can use $1,000. I can use $10,000, just like I can. Anybody can use $10,000 to $1,000 a day, or 1,000 to 10,000, whatever the case may be. But if you think I'm finna get up on some crates, I didn't see something go down there as high as a motherfucking the signs in the street, because they had this one Mexican guy. It was so high, he was damn near right there, to the street sign. That's how parallel he was, high in the air. And he wiggled off, of course, and he fell when he got to about the second or third step going down. But he was a big, heavy Mexican guy, Spaniel, and he fell, you know what I mean? But that's sickening for a person to be like, look, here go $1,000. Get up there and go do some dehumanization, some dehumanizing that shit. Get up there because I said so, because I got this 500 and I know you ain't got it. So get up there and do it. And you got people risking their life. Yes, you can fall and break your motherfucking neck. Probably getting broken, fractured femurs and blood hemorrhages on the inside. Don't even know. And walk around for the next 15 years, eternally bleeding and die later from a fucking milk crate challenge. But this is my African people. You niggas is jokes. You silly ass niggas, the entertainers too. Anybody who will set this up and try to give it to a person less fortunate for a laugh, because I got $1,000, so I offer each nigga to try his luck, 100 to 500. If somebody do beat me, that's one. But I done made 100 motherfuckers fall, dehumanizing them because my value, my net worth is more than theirs. Silly motherfuckers. Excuse my language, but I have to talk like this for you silly son of a bitches. It's the entertainment business. You got these rappers and these street silly thugs and niggas that are supposed to be gangsters doing this shit. This is how they talk anyway. So you shouldn't be offended by what I'm saying. You should be offended by motherfuckers putting mama up on the crate. Seen one where they say, hey, put mama up on the motherfucking crate, because guess what? Mama can use $1,000 too. But instead of your silly ass giving mama that $1,000, here, go take care of them kids. You don't have to do this, mama. This for them silly ass young niggas. You don't give mama the 500 to 1,000, so she get her ass up on them wiggly crates and fall off and break her motherfucking arm. I seen a lady break her motherfucking arm, blood coming down her, you know what I mean, coming down her forearm and shit with a broken arm, dwindled and just mangled to the max. Now who gonna pay her motherfucking bill? I mean, Medicare maybe, but that's the situation she wouldn't have to be in if you didn't have such a God complex and such a net worth placed on yourself. My people, my people, my people. My African people, wake up with this silly ass, stupid, dumbass milk crate challenge. If you catch me on a milk crate or setting up a milk crate challenge, kill me. Stupid ass son of a bitches. This is dumb as a motherfucker. I seen a nigga. I mean, this is what we do. We demean people when we get money. This is what we do. Now the new thing is put all the entertainers, let them box each other. See, that's what they used to do to the slaves anyway. Because the slaves used to be mandingos and they would go in there and fight. I'll put my nigga slave up against your nigga slave. And they would bet at the slave and shit, or they would bet money, the European. This is how boxing got started. And them slaves would brawl, and they don't give a fuck if you die or not. But they'll heal you up for next week, black eye, bloody nose, still healing, or a couple weeks to a month from now, and they're going to fight you again. Another Mandingo versus another slave master Mandingo. They would have parties and shit. You know what I mean? I seen a silly nigga, the baby, and he is a silly ass nigga. When the LGBTQ community tried to cancel his stupid ass, is because if you act like a bitch can cancel you. Now, it's no disrespect to the community, to the LGBT community. I'm not in it, so they can't cancel me. I don't give a fuck about that type of community, but I don't have no disrespect for a person that's standing their own. If you a homosexual or queer, whatever them letters mean, if you any of that and identify as it, hey, all power to you. It don't have nothing to do with me. I don't have to celebrate you. I don't have to demean you. I'm not in it. I don't care if anybody cancel me or whatever the case may be. That's not my community. But if you act like a bitch can cancel you. So when the LGBTQ community canceled him because he was a ministering woman-like behavior, slapping phones and shit out of people's hands, kicking women in his concerts, slapping women, punching them and shit. He ain't got no right to do this, but he got a God complex, and he's a bitch. I don't give a fuck about it. The nigga gave one of his partners $1,000 or $5,000 to drink some rotten milk. That's a God complex. Only African people do that. Instead of giving a nigga $1,000, like, look, I'm gonna put you down. They go $1,000, my nigga, go hit them cars. Go out there and just wipe off my Rolls Royce. If you gotta have this type of complex, silly ass nigga. Let me get off this shit, man. My people need to come up out of this slumber. It makes me sick. That's why I don't do nothing but study. Because one person can affect the whole nation. You know what I mean? And if I liberate my mind and my thinking and my mentality, even my speech pattern, my vernacular. I can let people know I'm part of a collective group, which is an African group. And if I'm an African, administering myself how my ancient Egyptian ancestors used to administer themselves, with a high level of success and a high level of education and a high level of civilization, maybe your silly ass will do it too. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Kanoum Consul Moon. You already know what you're going to get when you step in the room. You're now dealing with Kanoum. Yay, yay. We out.